We're going to expand this using minors. That's going to be a test question. So I look at it and say, what would make me the happiest? Maybe the middle column, 3, 1, 2. Those are nice numbers. I could use the first column. There's an 8 there. I'm just looking for no minuses, right? I could use the bottom row. There's no minuses. Anything else I would probably use would have a minus in it, and that might be unfriendly. But you could if you wanted to. Some people just say, I'm just going to choose the first row. I'm always going to do the first row, or the first column. I'm always going to do the first column, and you stick with it. No matter what's there. I'll tell you what, if there was any 0 there, that's what I would pick. I would pick that one. Because remember, it is that element times the result, and 0 times anything is 0, and you wipe it out. So that's good. So I think I'm going to pick the first column. So this is essentially, I'm going to expand on this guy. And that means I need to know I'm going to add associated with 1, subtract associated with 6, add associated with 8. Now, maybe I won't pick that. Let me change my mind for a reason. Because this is what, and now you can still leave those signs above there. But you're going to say, what do you do about the minus sign? So let me go across this guy instead, and then it'll tell you. I'm going to add, I'm going to subtract, I'm going to add. That has nothing to do with the sign on the number. That tells me whether I'm going to add or subtract that minor. So it's going to be 1 times his minor added to, not added to, what should that be? Subtracted. So I'm going to subtract. And by the way, if that were a -3, and I probably should change that. Is subtract, and if it would be -3, it would be subtract a -3. Subtract 3 times his minor, add a -2 times his minor. So what's the minor of 1? Well, cross out the row and the column 1's in, and it's 1, -5, 2, 5. The minor of 3, cross out the row and column, and you're left with 6, -5, 8, 5. And of -2, cross out the row and the column, 6, 1, 8, 2. And now you got a series of 2 by 2s.
Okay, so
So this is 1 times the minor, which is down is 5, minus up is -10, minus 3 times his minor, down is 30, minus up is -40, minus 2 times his minor, which is down 12, minus up 8. So this becomes 1 times, minus and minus is a plus, 15, minus 3 times, minus and minus is a plus, 70, minus 2 times, 12 minus 8 is 4. So this is 15 minus 210 minus 8. Or this is going to be 15 minus 8 is 7. And then 7, what, minus 103? 203, excuse me. I took 15 and subtracted 8, that gave me 7, positive. And a positive 7 and a minus 210 would be a minus 203. Yes?
I'm just wondering, if you were to use different minors, would you still get the same
Yep.
answer too?
So it really doesn't matter what you choose. That's why you kind of pick the one that's most convenient, you still end up with the same answer.
Okay.
Do it with your calculator, you still end up with the same answer. Cool. Magic square. Okay, so here we go. What is the alternative method? Well, let's rewrite down our matrix. 1, 6, 8, or our determinant. 3, 1, 2, -2, -5, 5. So there's my determinant. Now, this only works for 3 by 3s. Only for 3 by 3s. And this is what you do. You take, and it's amazing how it works. You take the first 2 columns, you rewrite them to the outside of the determinant. So now you do exactly what you did with the 2 by 2s. Starting in the upper left-hand corner, you multiply down. 1 times 1 times 5, well, that's 5. Then you're going to add to it, multiply down, which is, that's -40. -40 times 3 is -120. Add, multiply down. Notice how everything is nice and neat. So this is -4 times 6 is -24. So that's your down. And when we're doing 2 by 2s, it's down what? Minus up. Now we go the other direction. We go up. This is 8 times 1 times -2 is -16. Plus, going up, 2 times -5 times 1 is -10. Plus, going up, 30 times 3 is 90. Now, I've done this correctly, what should I end up with? -203. Well, let's see, I don't know. So this is 5 plus -120 plus -24 is -139. And then -16 plus -10 plus 90 is 64. Woohoo! And then -139 minus 64 is? But this only works for 3 by 3s.